Most people think a $10,000 website is about crazy animations, parallax effects, or some super cool 3D visuals. But the truth is actually simpler than that and also way more important. And if there is one word that would separate a good-looking website from a premium one that converts, it's clarity. So in today's video, I'm giving you the top 5 things, in my opinion, that actually makes a $10,000 website. So you can start implementing them on your website today. This is Mo, and welcome to Moji Studio. So the first thing I want to talk about in today's video is clear positioning and messaging. When someone lands on your website, you have around 3 to 5 seconds before someone decides if they're going to keep scrolling or just leave. And in those 3 seconds, they're asking themselves this one question: is this for me? Now, here's something you can do right now, and I call it the clarity test. Go to your website, hide your logo, and show your homepage to a stranger for like 5 seconds, and ask them these 3 questions. What does this company do? Who is it for? And why should I care? If they can't answer all 3, then you need to work on your messaging. And to give you a better example, I want you to imagine 2 headlines. One that says, "We craft digital experiences that elevate your brand." It sounds cool, but it doesn't really say anything. Versus something that says, "Websites for interior designers that turn visitors into booked clients." Now that's specific, that's positioning. And it just follows a very simple formula of what do you do, who is it for, and the outcome they get. Now, because messaging and design, they work together, one amplifies the other, let me tell you a small detail that many people miss. Sometimes your text breaks awkwardly and it immediately makes a site look cheap. And instead of setting a max width or manually forcing line breaks that probably looks bad on mobile, you can use a text property called balance, which fixes this in literally a single click. And now your text looks balanced, clean, and much easier to read. Now, if you liked how fast and easy that was, then you're gonna love today's video sponsor, Framer. Framer is a powerful website builder trusted by Fortune 500 companies and loved by designers, mostly for how fast you can design and ship a website without losing quality. It gives you all the tools you need, from a free-form canvas that feels like Figma, template layouts, a powerful CMS, localization, and much, much more. And unlike other website builders, you can actually start using Framer today with all its powerful capabilities for free. Link is in the description. Now that we have our message clear, let's talk about visual consistency and white space. Here's the thing. Your website is your first product. Before someone buys from you or takes any action on your website, they have already made a subconscious judgment about your business based on how your site feels and looks. If it's clean, intentional, or premium, they're gonna assume the same thing about your business, your product, or your service. And same thing applies if it's cluttered or rushed or it looks cheap. And to have that premium and clean impression, your website needs to be consistent. Now, consistency just means designing with a system in place. Your spacing, padding, they follow a system. Your typography has a clear scale. Your buttons all behave the same way. And you have one clear call to action that's repeated across the website. And finally, your sections, they just rhyme together. You don't want to have different spacing for each element or section. And you most definitely don't want to confuse your leads with 5 different call to actions. Now, let's talk about white space. Premium brands, they don't try and fill every inch of their website with content. They actually do the exact opposite of that. They let their design breathe because they understand that less is more. Basically saying that this element is important enough to stand on its own. And if you think about a big tech company or your favorite luxury brand, you're gonna find that the website uses white space generously and they're guiding your attention intentionally, one thing at a time. Alright, number 3 on today's list, and this one is my personal favorite, micro details. Micro interactions are the feeling of the site. The way a button responds when you hover, an image fades, or how cards appeal while you scroll, this all gives life to the website. And there are 2 things to keep in mind here. First thing is, every micro interaction needs to be meaningful. It should add to the experience, guide attention, or provide feedback. And second, it should never confuse users or pull the attention away from what actually matters. And that's where Framer really shines, because adding these kind of interactions in Framer is fast and visual. You don't need to write code or have a complex setup. Just select the layer you want to animate and it's just a few clicks from there. Hover effects, transition, scroll animations, whatever it is you want to add, Framer allows you to do it. The only limit is your imagination. Now, performance is super important. Because if your well-written, beautiful website takes more than 3 seconds to load, then you've already lost around 53 of mobile users. And for every additional second after that, your conversions drop by roughly 4%. So always try to aim for load time under 2.5 seconds, your page size ideally under 3 megabytes, and your Google PageSpeed score should be above 90. Luckily, I don't really do much here other than maybe compress images, because Framer already does most of the optimization for me, from automatic image optimization, clean code output, fast global CDN, and much more. Lastly, your website should scale with you. In my opinion, premium websites aren't just well designed, but they're also well structured with systems. You know, reusable components, consistent styles, and CMS power content. That means you can edit your copy, swap images, and update content without relying on a developer for every small change. For example, every time I finish a project or release a new template, I just open my CMS, add a new entry with the images, client reviews, project details, and that's it. It's live on my studio page, and a brand new page has already been generated. And whenever you want to test a new page or a new offer or a new campaign, you should be able to do that and fast. And since Framer has design pages built right in, I rarely even open Figma for web design anymore. I can iterate, explore, and try different directions, and when something feels right, I can just turn it into a live site with one click. And that's pretty much it. Huge thank you to Framer for sponsoring this video, and honestly, it means more than just a sponsorship. I've been using Framer for so long, and it's always been my #1 recommendation to anyone who wants to build a premium, scalable, full marketing website. And if you need help building one, you can reach out through my website, Modi.studio. Both links in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.